a big order, isn't it? Hey, look we're doing an alcohol ink demo today with Teresa because it's Monday. Now, Teresa, you kind of fooled us last week because you were here on a Wednesday.
I was.
Wednesday and Monday, but we'll take you every day if we can.
So just Monday this week.
Just Monday this week. So good morning, everyone. We have a lot of people joining us already.
All right.
Happy Monday and happy President's Day.
Yep.
Now, I had a little question this morning about President's Day, about is there an apostrophe in it, like Valentine's Day? Because I think it celebrates more than one president.
Yeah.
So then would it be S apostrophe? So if anybody, and it didn't autocorrect on here, so I went with the apostrophe S. And if anybody knows the correct, pop it in here, because I would love to learn that today, and I probably won't remember it for next year. But anyway, it is President's Day, so happy President's Day and happy day off for those of you that don't have to work today. And we're here at Memory Bound in the middle of Iowa, and Teresa's going to show us some things to do with alcohol ink.
Yep.
I like to add the ink at the last
Yes.
minute. That's always a
Alcohol,
little fun. Because she could probably demo either.
Yeah.
I think she could. I think she could for sure. So welcome, everybody. We're so happy you're here. It's Monday. Good morning. We've got a few things to show before Teresa hops on the alcohol ink bandwagon here. First of all, a big thank you to Sarah, who was here Friday, and she did the shaker cards for us.
Super cute.
Oh, aren't they neat? They have the kind of plastic bags, little pouches for the shakers, and she showed us how to do it and do it easy.
So cute.
And I'm pretty sure Janet has already posted. She wrote up some instructions for us and pictures and.
On the blog, aren't they?
They're on the blog, yep. So jump on the blog and you'll be able to see that and shake things up. And a couple of the bag sizes we are out of, but they're on their way. We'll probably have them, I'm guessing, Wednesday. So if you want to make the cards, we don't have the bags in stock, but they are on their way. We ordered them immediately after Sarah was showing her demo because we knew they were going to go so fast. Oh, they like your apron, Teresa. Very spring looking. And Teresa made it.
My mom made this one.
Oh, your mom made that one?
Yes. And I'm missing a button. I don't know where it is.
What'd you do, pin it then?
No, this one over here is gone.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where it went to, but yeah.
It's perfect fabric.
It has paper and rulers and pencils and
Oh my gosh.
She made it's a little bit dirty. I don't think I've ever washed it. You just wipe your hands on it. It's got pockets.
Okay, Oshra says the apostrophe is after the S, and I suspected that. So we have a typo in our little introduction. Oh, no, yep, after the S.
Yes, after the S.
Which is proper grammar, because there's more than one president that we're celebrating.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the other thing, Teresa, do you want to show these little booklets? Barb was in yesterday, and she brought in these little booklets, and she gave us some to keep. So what she did, she took our tablet folio kit, and she took it to a new dimension. So she went ahead. In our kit, we have these tablets that are cut in half, so they end up being 2.5 by 5, I think. And she took it and took these little tablets that she got, maybe at the drugstore or the
dollar
office supply,
store, maybe.
And then she made little folios and put those
a little
inside.
Pocket too.
So Barb, if you are watching, thank you so very much. That one has a rainbow on it.
Ooh, I like the gold.
Yeah, she put washi tape on the edge.
Oh, there.
It's got a little tag. And it's fun to make notes and make lists. And Teresa, I don't know about you, but I have to make more lists these days than I used to. And she did
this one too?
Yeah. So that's a big one.
So this one's bigger. Oh, I love these notepads. This is what I have on my desk. I need one of these.
So, take ideas and run with it and make them your own and try some different sizes. You just have to figure out the dimensions. Or if you like the tablet folios that we've got here, they're good for list making.
And they come with a pen?
They come with a pen because you might want to put the paper, the
Yes.
matching paper, in the barrel.
That one has
And
that.
we've done that with some of ours. Oh, and Barb is watching. Oh, Barb, thank you.
Thank
We
you,
love
Barb.
them. I think Teresa's going to be making one.
I know. I like the big one.
I think she's going to be making the big one. So, all right. Well, thank you. Now, we got in quite a few paper pads, and Diane finished checking them in this morning, and we just wanted to run through and show them to you. And we've got them online. You might just see the cover. So we're going to show you what's inside. And this one is from Ciao Bella. And I'm not sure, it's called the 70s.
It's the 70s.
And I ordered this because I
gosh.
wanted one for myself.
Uh-huh.
Brings back a few memories.
Janine snatched one up on Saturday.
It's got
Bowling and, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Boom boxes. Flowers.
So here's lots of images that some of you might
Groovy.
remember. Some don't, some do. It's
Oh,
a 12
roller
by 12.
disco.
Hey, you remember when
That's
Dawn
fun.
roller skated
Yes.
right at the beginning of the
Yes.
pandemic? It's got a lot of little fussy cutting. Is the
She's
Rubik's
still-
Cube from the 70s?
I don't know. It
I
must
thought
be.
that was like when my kids
The
were
80s,
little.
yeah.
I don't know. But bowling, okay, who remembers phones, telephones like that? Lava lamps.
VWs,
It
I
says
do.
feeling groovy. So that's one of them. Oh, Jackie said if you had a prom that was the 70s theme, that would be a really good
Oh,
one.
yeah. Flower power. This one won't come open.
That one we couldn't open, so let's show the front.
Yeah.
Okay, this
Sorry.
is called Tango, and it's a 6x6 also from Ciao Bella.
got
And it's
some
got
music.
some really beautiful music paper.
And flowers and more
The
music.
roses.
Yeah.
Now all of these are going to be under paper packs, either with their size, like 12 by 12 or 6 by 6, or others.
Did I say how much these were? This one doesn't have a price on it. Oh, here it is. It's $16.99 for the 70s paper pack, and the
Chris-
small one is $8.99.
Chris had a VW bug, but hers was beige. She didn't.
Oh.
She didn't color it like with flower power images. Okay, and Annabella is asking about, she's in Canada and says it's really cold there. And actually, it was 63 yesterday, or 64, I'm not sure. And that
Yeah.
is very unusual here
It
in
is.
Iowa. Today, I think it's going to be, I don't know, 40?
50.
Oh, it's going to be 50.
They say before it starts
I
raining
think the average
and
is
snowing.
probably more like 30 in February.
Yeah.
So. Okay, and Darlene's asking for an 80s pack. We'll have to look and see if they have one. I don't know if they do or not. Okay, and Beth, okay, I got to flip back. Beth also had an idea that you could make one of these books, like Barb did, for a celebration of life, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
could make notes in it. That would be really nice. Okay, what's this one called?
This one is a summer garden,
And these are a little bit different sizes. This is 5 by 5.
and
And we have a 7 by 7, and they're
7
a
by
little
7.
different. So this is really neat. It's got all kinds of printed little cut-aparts and frames, and there's, I believe, 80 sheets in there.
yes, 10 designs. And this one has 36 sheets, 6 designs. This is the 7 by 7. Ooh, I like that,
And
how they
these are-
put the plaid in the middle.
Yeah, that's different. I like it too. And these are from the UK, so that's why the sizes are a little bit
A little
different.
bit different.
But nice borders.
Very pretty.
You know, when Peggy was here and she was doing the 6 by
Oh,
6,
yeah.
you could probably
The
use these for
12 by
something
12
similar.
pages using the 6 by 6. Yep.
Okay, and
This
what's-
one's called Butterfly Ballet.
Teresa, you're doing a fine job
Good.
flipping through these. These are single-sided. And I think they're beautiful. And it's,
6 designs.
these are new
36
ones that we
sheets.
have not had before. Oshra had a Rubik's Cube growing up that her kids actually played with. So maybe it was around and I just don't remember.
Pink Paradise. Oh, I wonder if there's flamingos. This might be good. There are.
Oh,
Ooh,
for Gladys?
For Gladys.
For the Tim Holtz Gladys die,
When we
yeah.
get Gladys back.
Gladys is on her way. She'll be here soon, I'm
There's
sure.
flamingos like peeking out on almost every page. I like it.
It's got tropical leaves, flowers.
And some green around the edge. Very pretty.
Now, Jackie said she used the Teen Spirit pack for the 80s because there's Converse shoes. So keep that in mind for the 80s.
This one's Forest Blooms. This has some pink and then a little bit different color green, isn't it?
Bluish green, yeah.
Yeah. 6 different patterns in this one as well. Very pretty.
We're flipping through these because online you can't really see what's inside, and we want you to know what's inside.
You get 6 designs, again, 36 sheets, 7 by 7.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on.
Vintage Emporium.
And this is from the Craft Consortium.
And these are back to 6 by 6.
And it opens on the side.
It does.
It keeps us hopping.
Oh, look at that.
That looks like Found
That's
Relatives,
cool.
doesn't it? Tim
does.
Holtz Found Relatives. We absolutely love this pack. It's got very vintage-like flowers.
20 designs in this one, 40 double-sided sheets. So they kind of put them all together. So
Oh, I see what you mean.
the tickets, the newsprint, letters. Oh, I like that.
Very,
Postcards, a little bit of a map. This is vintagey.
It's very Tim Holtz-like.
Uh-huh.
And the
more
cool
maps.
thing is we got it in 6 by 6 and we have the 12 by 12.
And these are double-sided. So on the back, there's some good grid paper I was noticing.
Yeah, I'm
like a
guessing
good
there'll be
grid.
some staff members that will be taking those home.
I could see Maggie liking this paper pack. And then here's the 12 by 12. So it's just the bigger, oops, from the side, right?
Yep, opens from the side. There's the Found Relatives, and oh, nice cut-aparts there.
Uh-huh. Newsprint.
So
Ooh, I like
if
that.
you like vintage or shabby chic, things like that, this is a great tablet.
Postmarks, I like the postmarks. The $16.49 for the big one, 12 by 12, and $9.99 for the 6 by 6.
Awesome. Okay, we have
All
one
right.
more paper pad, and this is called Butterfly Blush.
This is an 8 by 8, so bigger than the other
We got
ones.
5 by 5, 6 by 6, 7 by 7, 8 by 8, and 12 by 12 today.
That's so pretty.
This is really gorgeous. This is from Hunky Dory, and the paper does have a shine to it. It is a little bit shiny, and I want everybody to know that. That doesn't bother a lot of us, and some people it does, but it's the beautiful colors make up for it for me.
Peacock.
Oh, someday
Yeah.
maybe Katie will tell her peacock story.
They have some nice small or plain prints on the back side. I really like that when the papers have that. If you don't like one side, you're going to like the other. Ooh, pretty butterflies. This is very springy. I like it.
Well, we're on the downhill slide of February, Teresa,
I know.
so we're heading to
Counting
spring
the
here in
days.
Iowa.
And that one is, there's no price on that one. Don't know.
It's going to be online under paper tablets or paper packs, 8 or other sizes.
Yeah.
Other sizes.
That one's 8 by 8. 16. Well, I'm not sure if there's 16 different styles. Is that what that it looks like? A typo.
No, that's not. That's the weight of the paper.
The weight of the paper. I'm like,
16
I don't know
grams.
what that is. I don't know. It doesn't give us any information. Sticky specs.
These are those little adhesive sheets that are full of all little sticky dots. There they
Yeah.
are, 36 times the size.
Dawn showed those.
Yes, and they are back in stock. I know we had a couple people that were waiting for them, and we didn't think we were going to be able to get them back in. We're sorry if we told you we couldn't get them, but we were able to get this size, the A5 size. And you get 8 sheets in a package. So they're back.
Yep, $7.49.
Good for little pieces.
Yep. You can put your die cuts on there and they'll get sticky.
Perfect.
Very nice. All right.
Let's see. The other thing, Teresa, I want to show these items over here.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
Last week I commented about having a little trouble
Static.
with my wardrobe, and Judy brought in Static Guard for me on Friday. So Judy, ask and you shall receive, I suppose. So thank you, Judy. That was pretty funny, and I'm
Put
going
that
to
in
try
our
it.
emergency kit.
Yeah, I'm not wearing a staticky thing today, but I'm going to just keep that here at Memory Bound. And
What's
then today,
this?
Gloria brought me these sheets to put in my dryer, Teresa.
Oh.
And she says you put these in your dryer and you never have a static problem.
Okay.
So thank you, Gloria and Judy, for taking care of my static issues. That's going to open up a whole new winter wardrobe for me because there's things I can't stand to wear because they stick in all the wrong places. So with that, we are going to jump into our demo now today with Teresa and the alcohol ink.
I know. I've got so many things to talk about. I don't know where to start.
Do you know? Well, that's the best. That's the best way.
I know. Lots of things. So Tim came out with some new pearls in his alcohol inks, and so generally the alcohol inks are just regular. They're very vibrant alcohol that you can put on slick surfaces, and I'm going to show you a lot of different surfaces that you can use to color things with the alcohol ink. But then a few years ago he came out with the pearls, and it has a real pretty shimmer to it, and I really like those. So we're going to kind of show those, and then there's alloys and mixatives, and we're going to talk about what the difference is between those. Now, the difference between the regular alcohol ink, I have a note so I remember, is that the pearl is fused to the ink. It has resin in it that fuses it, and it makes it shiny. And the way to get it to move is with the blending solution. So if you have a pearl and you don't have the blending solution, you need some blending solution to get it to kind of move because it has that resin in it and it likes to stick. So we're going to show you that. Let's see.
And that was with the pearls, Teresa?
Yes, that's with the pearls.
So the pearls, for example, this she used the pearls on, and you can kind of see the shimmer, kind of iridescent. And this I don't think is pearls.
No, it's not.
So this is more of a shine. They're both shiny, but this is more of a shine, and the other one's got kind of a pearl essence property.
So the blending solution is a solvent that is the base of the alcohol inks. So when you use it with the pearls and the regular inks, it kind of makes it move and pool and do really cool things. This is fun if you like to play. This is fun because this is a lot of play, and I don't think that there's any wrong way to do it. You can sometimes get a little bit of muddiness going, but some people like that, and that's okay. And if you don't, then you just throw it away and start over. That's what I do.
Tracy always says it's just paper.
It's just paper, that's right. So I'm just going to show you one thing. So the alcohol inks, this is my that's my list of colors that I have. This is the alcohol inks that I have, and of course I have them in Roy G. Biv, but this is the tin that you can get to store them in. And because it's a slick surface, you can use alcohol ink on tin or metal. So I alcohol inked
Teresa inked her
with
tin.
my two favorite colors, green and purple.
So here, let's show what it looks like when you start. When you start out, there's what it looks like.
And those are $9.99. So if you have alcohol inks and you don't have a storage tin, you need one of those because you don't want them to get mixed up with other things.
I like how it opened. Can you open it again? Because I wasn't expecting it to open that way when your inks. So you can get to them. You're not reaching down to try to get them. Hi.
Any chance I can say hi to my sister?
Oh my gosh, we have a special guest here. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, Jude, and I picked up your package for you. See ya.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Because you came from Minnesota, right?
Right, and I'll be back in I brought some Copic markers and dropped them off.
Okay.
And I paid, and I'll be back in 2 weeks to get them.
All right, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Come in the morning, and you can say hi to Judy again.
I probably won't know, because we'll be coming from Kansas.
Okay.
So it'll be long.
All right, I love it. Oh my gosh, where else can that happen at? That is so amazing.
Oh. Okay, so, so it does have a latch on it, and the one thing that Tim said, so the pearls, let's see, I don't know if you can see. You see this? This is the pearl in the pearl alcohol ink, and so you really need to, before you use it, you need to shake it up, and you can hear the ball to get the mixative mixed in.
And regular ink doesn't.
And regular ink doesn't. But then Tim recommends laying it on its side while you're working with it, because then the pearl is spread out more than in the bottom.
Settle.
But he also said, well, you could put your tin like that if you know you're going to be using it. Then the pearls are all on their sides. But I just usually keep it flat like that, because you can't really open it on its side.
I really love it that it's designed so you can see what you have and you're not reaching in and you only see the tops. That's really cool.
I like that.
We have a question for Diane, so when she comes by, we'll have to flag her down.
The other thing is that I'm using my glass mat, and I have the little travel one, which we don't have, but if you're using alcohol inks, it's really nice to use the glass mat, and we've got the big one here, and we also have the left-handed one, and that's what I have, but I have it backwards.
I think about all of our staff has these, because we all got them one year.
Yeah, and I love mine at home. But
okay, 1 second. They're saying that the solids for the Let It Be are not online, but I think they are. Could you just look?
Okay.
Okay, and Sharon wants to know if you're using watercolor paper, and I think you're going to explain that, but
we'll talk about paper in a minute. So when you're working on glass, it's just a really nice surface so you don't stain other things. You have your silicone sheet here, and you really want to take that off, because the alcohol inks will stain this, because it's going to stain anything that's non-porous, and on porous things it will stain. So you don't want to have that on there. So I'm just going to take that off.
Including
it says lefty.
Oh,
I never noticed that before.
I love it.
I do
including
too.
your hands and your clothes.
Yes, that's why I have an apron on, because I don't want it to stain. And sometimes I will even wear some gloves, because it will stain your fingers pretty bad. I'm not going to wear them today. But you know what? I'm going to take my ring off, because I don't want to get anything on that.
Now, don't lose that, Teresa.
I know my husband would kill me.
Seal that ring, seal that bag up. Oh, my gosh. So okay, 1 second. We have a commercial break.
Sure.
So it's called Patterns and Solids, and it is online. It's not just solids.
Someone was asking about the Let It Be solids, and it's a little misleading because it's patterns and solids, but it is available online, and I'm sure Janet will link it for us.
Yeah, it's in the new and collections.
Thank you, Diane. All right, back to Teresa.
So that is the surface that I'm going to be working on today. And
so you can clean the glass up?
You can clean the glass easy. And you can just use hand sanitizer to get it to come off. You could use blending solution, but you probably don't want to waste that. It's just easier to hand sanitize. And then if you need to, use glass cleaner when you're done with it. So this is the surface that I'm going to be using today. The paper that I use for most of the projects is Yupo paper. And we do have Yupo paper. We have it in 8.5 by 11 size. And then we have it in 5 by 7. And it comes in white. You can also, we do have some shimmer paper. You can use it on like metal paper. If you have metal paper, we have some of that. And then this is a translucent paper that they have. And it's kind of like,
it looks like vellum.
Vellum,
like
kind
a
of,
thick vellum.
but it's a little bit thicker. And you can see through it a little bit. Yeah. So I use that on one of the cards there, but we've got this paper. So you could use, if you have any extra photo paper, you could use photo paper because that's slick. But Yupo paper is really nice. I like the weight of it, and
so it's a little heavier.
It's shiny on both sides, so it doesn't matter which side you use. And so I have actually, like you can see, sometimes I save a little bit of my die cut paper.
I guess.
But you could use both sides of it. I'm sure I have a piece here that I've used both sides. Yeah, see, I did that side, and I did some die cutting, and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this over here. So you can use both sides of it.
And it doesn't soak through. So
nope, it doesn't soak through, so it's really nice.
Because it's non-porous, probably.
Right. Okay. Maybe I'll show these, and then we can do our thing.
This
All
is
right.
a little overwhelming because there's so much,
I know.
like Teresa said.
There's a lot of information. You just have to start. That's what I did. I just bought some and just played with it, and that's what you have to do. So these two things we've seen before. I showed this one when I was showing the kindness, the honeybee kindness stamp that's still maybe
It's still out of stock, everybody. Not here, but at Honeybee, it's out of stock. So we're waiting patiently for it.
And so this is a fun, just blobby technique that I'm going to show you how I did that today. But I just think it's pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just right there on the paper. And it's fun. And then this is the bookmark that I showed. And these are with pearls, but these aren't the colors that we have now. There's a pink and a purple and a green that are called Envy, Villainous, and Enchanted are the colors that I use there. And I didn't say that this one was Envy Pearl, and then I use Pool. So you can mix
them.
You don't have to use just pearl. You can mix it with the regular alcohol ink. So we'll show that too, I guess.
They're asking if you can use that paper in the Big Shot.
Yeah, definitely.
And Teresa did, as a matter
Yes,
of fact.
I did. And we can show that. So this is the card that I made with the Yupo paper. And so I don't know if you can
And this is the translucent.
see.
The translucent.
So if you can see, the back isn't colored. It's kind of a white thing. So what I did is I alcohol inked the paper, and then I die cut it with that Tim Holtz that we're out of, but they're on order. The what's it called?
Plaid?
Simple plaid. Yeah, that's the die, and you're going to see that a lot from me because I love it.
She really loves it. It's a great background.
And then I just sewed it because it, it's like vellum, and so if you put glue behind it, you're not going to see it. And so I just sewed it down onto my card, and I didn't really care about being straight. I just sewed a few rows until I felt like it wasn't going to come up. And then I also used the new Tim Holtz heart, which we're also out of, but we've got on order the stacked tile hearts.
And those are on their way also.
Yeah. And we love the stacked tile hearts. I'm going to use that a lot too, I can tell. But then I just, this is just a piece of paper that I just played around with. And then I just die cut the heart and stuck it on there. And I really like it. That has the new alloyed rose gold.
Okay, so there's some
which is really pretty.
Some rose gold in there.
Yeah.
It goes really well with the purples.
It does. And the alloys and the mixatives, we'll talk about those, but we have both in silver, gold, rose gold, and the silver,
Platinum?
gold. Yeah, I think there's a platinum too. We're going to go and look at the alcohol inks in a little bit. But so that's a die cut that I did. Well, both of those are die cuts, actually. It's a die cut card. I really like that one.
I do too, but this one might be my favorite.
This one's your favorite?
This one might be my favorite.
This is the other die we're out of, but we'll get soon. It's called Funky Cactus, and I guess I used that a couple weeks ago, and we had some.
We don't think we need this in Iowa, but we do.
I know. It's fun, and I just used from the snarky thing that says, surround yourself with tacos, not what?
What's the snarky thing? Is it
the snarky sticker, small talk.
Oh, snarky small talk. Okay.
Snarky small talk.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to get up close because I think the alcohol ink was really amazing on the layers because they're different. They're the same colors, but they're not the exact same pattern. So I think that is really neat. And then Teresa used the wood grain paper as a background also.
Yeah. Ooh, the wood grain paper's
and that's from Tim Holtz or Ranger also.
And I didn't even do anything to it.
I just left it as is.
I just, cut it or did I use a die cut? And
I think
because it has the stitched edge. But I mean, I didn't ink it or anything. I just left it white. Normally, people ink this paper up and make it look like real wood.
To show the grain.
But I just liked it plain. And on this one, I put it on the back, the colors. Sunshine, which is just a regular one. And then in the pearls, I used the Elixir and the Opulent. And then
Those are big words, Teresa.
I know. And then I did use a terracotta, the terracotta color for the pots.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And so that's fun. So you got to have a variety of colors. You can get, the pearls come in 3 packs or you can buy them individually, and all the other colors come. the regular alcohol inks come individually. So,
And the new colors, I'm going to just buzz over here, because here's the new pearls. And Teresa, can you tell us what colors are in there?
Well, they don't put it on the thing, but it's the blue is Divine, the green is Elixir, and the purple is I think it's Opulent.
Opulent?
Yeah. And the yellow is Radiant.
And then we've got Scorch, and then the dark one I can't read on this package. The one on the left.
Oh, yeah, I can't
They
either.
should put the colors
I
on
know.
the packages.
I looked everywhere, and I'm like,
It's
well,
number
that's
5.
Yeah, that's silly. So he's come out with these sets before. And I think that the colors that he puts together work really well. Green and purple are my favorite together.
So it's perfect for
my
you.
favorite colors, yeah. So, forecast for today. What does it say? I can't remember.
Unproductive with a chance of nap.
Yes. And so I had seen a card done like this before with inks, just distress inks. And I'm like, ooh, I'm going to use alcohol inks. And I just used the tape, the magic tape. And I just put my tape down on there. And then I alcohol inked. And you can see a little bit soaked through. But I did not care because that's, rain blows around and does its thing.
So that was the Spellbinder's craft tape.
Yeah,
and
the
it
craft
held up
tape.
pretty well.
It did. And then I just peeled it off. You're always worried that your tape is going to stick to your paper then.
And it
didn't.
doesn't,
It came right off. And then, of course, I have the Park die that I just...
So there's the Park, a.k.a. Mary Poppins,
Yes.
right? We can't say
Yes.
that, but that's what it looks
I
like.
really like that.
Here's, I'll show the die.
There's
It's
the
right
die.
here.
Oh.
I probably moved too fast, but there's the, is it called The Park or At the Park? The Park?
The Park.
The Park.
Oh, I got one right.
Yay!
Yay, $16.99. And this one's just fun and whimsical if you need. I just love finding ways to use it, and I like it. And sometimes it's good for a masculine card with the
With the,
guy.
the gentleman.
The gentleman, yes. You can put different
Dick
things
Van
in his
Dyke.
hands. Yes. So, yeah, that's
Dick
fun.
Van Dyke and Julie Andrews.
Yep. So this one I just wanted to show. This is old paper. We don't have it. I know we're running low on St. Patrick's Day stuff. It's old authentic paper that I found in my stash. But Kelly has demoed the how to use the alcohol ink on Scotch tape. And she's got this little display here. And normally people would use the darker mushroom is probably the favorite one. But I wanted to use green, and so I just put a little bit of green on my Scotch tape and stuck it down
It's nice
with that.
because you can do any color you want.
Yeah.
You do
Whatever
have to have the
alcohol
glossy
colors.
tape, though. You can't have the magic invisible tape. It has to be the glossy.
Yeah. And we do have some of that. I didn't bring some over, but it's by our alcohol
Yeah,
ink.
if you want it, we have it, and you can get it from Memory Bound, or
Yeah.
you might have some at home already.
So one thing that you can do is color glass. And I had a little fun thing at Christmas time this year where I had a advent calendar with wine. And these were the bottles.
Those
and
are the bottles?
These are the
Oh,
bottles.
those are so
It was just
cute.
one glass of wine every day, and they're so stinking cute. And I have 24 of them, and so I have been doing fun things with them.
I guess.
So it starts out plain, and this is just a regular alcohol ink. I'll take my straws out. I decorated for the Super Bowl with this. And so that's just a green ink. I can't remember what color, but green.
And it doesn't take a lot of ink.
No, it doesn't.
And as people will see when
Yeah,
you
we'll
show
show
them how
that.
to do it.
And then this is the pearl. This is the elixir, the green.
Oh, that's
so you
very
can kind of
different.
see the difference. And the pearl, you probably can't see, but it has a little bit of a shine to it. It's a little bit cloudier on the glass.
It's more opaque with a
Yeah.
kind of that shimmery shine.
But I really like it. And then I'm like, ooh, I don't like them next to each other. I like them when I'm
but not
looking at them, but
together.
when they're together, I'm like, nope, that doesn't work. But then I just, and you could do this. You could go, and I've also done this at Halloween. I've used
you did like
candlesticks.
potion or candlesticks.
Yep, candlesticks. I went to Goodwill, and I bought a bunch of glass candlesticks. and metal candlesticks, and I ink them with the black.
Teresa, I might
or
have
purple.
to do that.
I use
and
purple.
Then you could fill your whole mantle.
Yes. Oh, I have a lot on my mantle. It was Maggie's idea, actually. And I just love it. And so, yeah, you can find some really
liking that idea too. Yes.
Glass and metal pieces. So if you want to play on glass or metal, go to the, Goodwill store and find, because they've got plates and bowls, and a bowl would be fun.
I know where Teresa's going.
Yeah. So that's another thing that you can do. It's kind of fun.
Very fun.
Other things, you have to look in your stash, and you can, the stars are slick, glass-like. I don't know, they're probably plastic, they're not glass. But you can use your alcohol ink to color the stars if you want. Another thing that we've showed is you can, this is the Tim Holtz fine glitter, what's it called?
Rock candy.
Rock candy.
Clear rock candy.
And so it comes clear, and then you can put it in a little cup and use a popsicle stick and color it whatever color you want. So you can see I've got the little jars, and we have these jars empty. You can get 6 of them for $5.99. And then when I color some glitter, then I just put them in those jars and keep them for later. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you too. So even this little, what are these little loop pins? So you can see I inked mine black because they don't come in black. They come in like silver and copper and 3 colors in the package. And I put it on there and I'm like, I don't like that. I can't believe that I didn't ink this gold, but I wanted it to show.
It pops out though, Teresa. I like it that way.
I did not like the pin, the regular color when I put it on there. So I took it off and I used my black alcohol ink. And I colored it black, so it blended in a little bit better.
And Teresa, there's a question about the jars or the bottles here. They're wanting to know, did you put the ink on the outside of the glass?
Yes. And I'll show you how I did that.
Okay, yep. She's going to show us.
Yep. Okay, was that everything that I needed to show you? All the things that I colored?
Wow.
I think so.
Take a deep breath.
Yes. Okay. The other tool that I'm going to use today is the, I didn't talk about the lift, but I'll show the tool first, is the alcohol ink air blower. And these are $11.99. And these can help just kind of spread the alcohol ink around your paper. You don't have to do that, but it's kind of a fun tool.
It's fun. Well, I know some people were using straws.
Yes.
And then the alcohol ink does have a fume that they recommend you don't
inhale. So you should do this in a well-ventilated area. You don't want to do it in a closet, or if your scrapbook room is small.
If your scrapbook room is a closet, maybe go out to the kitchen table.
Yeah, you want to have a well-ventilated. And when you use it, you will definitely smell it. The thing with the straw that you have to be really careful is you don't want to inhale the fumes, because that's not good for you.
I thought you were going to say the ink.
No,
but
just
fumes.
the fumes. So if you're blowing, our tendency is to
take a deep
suck
breath
and blow.
Yeah.
And so straws you could use, but and maybe you might have a little other something squeezy like this. Maybe that little thing you use in your baby's ear.
Or nose.
Or nose. But we have these for sale too. I forgot to talk about the lift, Kelly. So this is an ink that comes in a stamp pad. And so what you can do is you can lift the ink color off of your alcohol ink. So here we just put some alcohol ink down, and then we took our stamp and we inked it up, and then we stamped it. After the ink is dry, we stamped it, and then we just took a paper towel and you just rub and the color comes right off, because it's a lift. That's what it's supposed to do.
I'm guessing it's got some of that solution.
Yeah, some of the solution. And then you have your ink or your stamp with your ink that you just lifted off of there. You can stamp that onto another piece of paper. And so that is the exact ink that we lifted from there and stamped it on this other piece of paper.
So it's just another little fun tool that you can play around with and try with your alcohol inks.
And so then you get 2 out of 1, which is kind of fun.
And the lift only works with the alcohol ink.
Yes,
It's not going to work with your distress inks.
Alcohol lift ink. says it right on there. And that's $5.99. So that is a fun, if you already have alcohol inks and you want to play, you should get some of
something new. Yeah.
too. Yeah. He came out with that a couple years ago too, I think, which it's fun to play with. And just be creative and do different things. Okay. So I've got my Yupo paper here, and maybe I'll just tape it down. I don't know.
Maybe a good idea.
If it wiggles around, that's not really a big thing. And if it soaks onto the glass, then that's not a big thing. That's why I have my glass mat here. So
just a reminder, you want to have a surface to protect your table.
Yeah.
Something to protect your clothes. Alcohol ink won't come out of even your craft mat. It will not come off of your craft mat.
Right. It's going to stain it. So this is one of the pearls. This is the elixir. And like I said, we do, this comes in the sets, or it does come individually as well. So if you just want to, try one, sometimes people are like, oh, I don't like those colors when they come in a 3-pack. So we have them individually as well. So what I'm going to do is shake that up, and maybe I'll just use some other regular colors too. I don't know what color.
Teresa Michelle says thanks for all the tips.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put some of the, a few drops of the blending solution on there. And I've got my
I've never
pearl.
done it like that.
I've got my pearl mixed up. And I'm just going to put some drops on there.
Teresa,
Yeah.
Corrine wants to know, when you stamp with the lift, do you have to put it onto Yupo paper?
I don't know. This doesn't seem like it's Yupo paper. This is regular paper, so probably not. It'll soak right in. It's not going to move. So,
Right.
the Yupo paper, the idea is to get it to move.
Oh, look at how it's just
and you
blowing
can
around.
see, and
These are Packers colors, Teresa. Did you do that on purpose?
No, I need to, it's for Doug. I need to add some more colors to that. Maybe I'll add a little bit
to
unpacker it. So you can kind of just move it around, and eventually it's going to stop moving. And you can add more. I'm not liking this so much, but
Karen, I do.
Do you like it?
Karen has a cool tip. She says her friend was showing her how she used the alcohol inks and a Lazy Susan turntable, which would be kind of cool, because then you could just turn it.
Just move it, yeah. So once it's dry, it's going to be set. But until it's dry, you can really move it around. I can add some more blending solution. See what happens? See how that blending solution just moves it? And you can just let it go if you want and see what happens. Or you can give it a little bit of a squirt. I have a spot that I need. I don't really have... Oh, my caps are going. Now the other thing is, you don't necessarily have to recap. Tim says there's a little something in there to keep it from drying out.
Up, yeah, because
Right.
alcohol ink seems like it would dry
yeah.
really fast.
I'm going to put some terracotta in there.
Teresa's not a Packers fan, she's a Vikings fan, so she
Ooh,
wants
that's
to
a
get
lot.
that.
We'll see what happens.
I like that though.
Orange and green, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, and now see, we're starting to get a little bit of a brown over here. I don't like that. I'm going to put some
Probably
more.
because orange and green.
Yeah, they make brown, don't they?
And I believe they do. But I think this is looking pretty for fall.
I know, I should have done more spring colors. There, I'm adding
okay.
some more yellow.
I like the pieces that go out on the side. I think those are kind of neat. Like they look like splatters.
I wanted more green.
So Teresa's not really using a lot of ink. It's just a few drops.
Yeah.
And this is one application way to do it with the blower.
Now, you can't just keep going forever because you want it to dry. If you get too much on there, it can kind of be a sticky surface. But one thing you can do is you can use, because it's sticky, you can use the foil on it. And that would be really pretty. I have some foil in here. Maybe I'll do that in a minute. Ooh, okay, I'm liking it now.
It's not, doesn't look as much like the Green Bay Packers anymore,
No,
Teresa. That's
no.
why she's liking it.
So you can kind of see like right there it's still wet. And you can use a heat tool to heat it to get it to dry. But we'll just set that one aside and I'm just putting my lids on. I don't like to mix.
Okay, here's the puffer
blower.
It's not the puffer ball, but it's the alcohol ink air blower that Teresa's using. And this, you can use a straw. It's just that I know I watched him in a video that said it probably isn't the healthiest thing when you inhale.
So you can see I've got some alcohol ink. Maybe you can't see. I've got some ink on there, and I just put some, squirted some
and it cleans
hand
it right up.
sanitizer, and it just takes it right off.
Now there are a minority, a very small amount of hand sanitizers that don't have alcohol in them, and those would not work. You need to have the hand sanitizers with the alcohol.
Really?
Yeah,
know
there's some
that.
that are healthy or something, and they don't have the alcohol. You know, I don't know.
Okay. All
Mary
right.
drove from Marshalltown, and she's in our parking lot.
Watching.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
And Cindy suggested a turkey baster. We talked about, no, we didn't talk about turkey basters here. That was another group of friends. Because I do not have one, and that's on my list to get. I'm going to put that on my birthday list.
Okay. So then the other thing you can do is you can use, we all have the blending tool from Tim Holtz. And if you have that, fine. You can just get the alcohol, the felt applicators. You don't want to use the foam applicators. You want to use felt. So if you already have some of the blending tools, then you can get the
felt.
refill felts, which we have. You get oodles of them, which is nice for $5.99. Or if you need to, we do have the blending tools if you need a couple. And I kind of keep one in my alcohol stuff just to make sure that I have one. But they come in a 2-pack too with the felt on it.
Hey, Teresa, the couple things.
Yep.
Beth, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Beth used the wrong end of her straw once and had purple lips at a wedding.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a reason not to use a straw.
Yeah, get the blower. And then, Teresa, do you know if the alcohol ink gets old? She has some, let's see, I have some that I found that are old, like 10 years old.
Yeah, as long as the cap was on tight and it's still in there, they're going to last for quite a while. I have had some, like we've had a couple here at the store that, when there's not very much in the bottom, then it's going to dry up.
So I would say get them out and try them.
Yeah, but like I know these bottles, well, you saw my yellow and how it's just like the outside of the bottle. It's very messy. But that's probably an older one. And I know some of these are from before I worked here.
Wow, well, that is a long time.
I was telling Doug this morning, 8 years, Kelly.
Today?
It's my anniversary.
Today is?
Yeah.
Oh my
I have
gosh,
to take
Teresa.
a selfie.
Oh.
I'm charging my selfie stick.
Teresa, that makes me so happy that you've been here 8 years.
I take a picture outside the store. I took it on my first day of work. And so I do it every year.
Well, happy anniversary,
Yes,
Teresa.
thank
I'm
you.
glad that it's 8 years. I'm glad that you've been here. I was thrilled the day you came in and applied, and I'm still thrilled that you're here.
Yeah. So some of these alcohol inks are over 8 years old. I know because I had them before I started here.
Okay, so they're more than 8 years old.
Yes, so to me that's a last. Yes, they will last.
Yes. Now everyone's saying happy anniversary. Okay, and can you use a water brush with blending solution in it?
Yes, you could. As a matter of fact, we have
a brush that you fill with it too, and I don't know where it is.
But we do have these little misties that you can get, and you can put the alcohol ink or the blending solution in there to spray it. And you can use, he has these little brushes that you can like splat with it as well. So you can put some ink on there, or you can put some blending solution on your mat and use your paintbrush to do that. Just make sure I would mark it so that you know that it's blending solution. So you don't put other stuff in it. Yeah. So because you don't want to waste your blending solution thinking it's water. You will know because you'll smell it. But these are $6.99 and they come with some really cute little brushes. And really nice brushes.
And there's a pen also that's got a barrel that you fill.
There is.
We don't have it here, but we can show it.
Yeah, we can show it when we go over.
Oh gosh, Teresa, you're getting so many happy anniversary wishes. That's so sweet.
All right, so I'm going to show you how to use the blending tool. Yes, I forgot what it was. So I'm just going to
Mary
shake
has
this up.
alcohol ink that's 14 years old, and it's still good.
There you go. So what you can do then is you can just put some drops of your color on there, and then you can also put the blending solution right onto your pad, and it's just going to spread it out. And I really like this. Ooh, look there, I had some pink on my I didn't start with a new pad. And so that is how I put my my ink onto my bottle. I just put some ink and I put my finger in there and I just started.
Oh my gosh.
And you just kind of keep going. I mean, it'll go a lot. You see how I'm covering it with just a few drops?
Yeah.
So the alcohol ink, I mean, there's a lot in those bottles. You're going to
make sure you use the felt and not the foam.
Yes, you want to use the felt. See, I can get practically the whole.
She's got almost the whole jar,
bottle.
and she's still on the same drops. What, 4 drops?
Yeah.
Plus, she's got it on her paper.
Ooh, and it's shiny. I like that. I really like the pearls on the
Sharon
glass.
says Menards has, this is a public service announcement.
Yes.
Thank you, Sharon. Menards has some liquid sanitizer with a rebate that makes it end up free. So if you're out at Menards.
Oh, you need some hand sanitizer.
And Bev says the alcohol lift ink has a resin in it, so only use the blower with it so you don't accidentally inhale. But the lift ink, you're probably, I wonder if it just means the alcohol ink, maybe the pearls.
What was that?
It's what Tim said about safety, using the blower rather than a straw, so
Right.
you're not inhaling.
Yes, yes.
And having resin in the ink.
Right. So I didn't do the top. I'm not going to do that now, but
oh my gosh,
Isn't
Teresa,
that
that
pretty?
just took a little bit of time.
pretty.
I see that now, like you said, doing a whole bunch of those for Halloween or Valentine's Day or spring and putting them across my mantle. I would really like that.
Yeah.
And Susie wants to know where you got the wine because she wants the bottle. I think she's serious.
I can't. I'll have to look. I don't remember the name of it.
But it was a countdown.
Yes, it was a countdown. So I'm going to do a little bit more. Ooh, I put a lot on there. I didn't need that much.
So now you're adding the green.
I'm adding the green. And you can go, you can go back and forth. I'm not really liking that. Let's see.
Oh, Teresa, listen to what Diane is sharing. She saw a video where they put the alcohol ink on saran wrap and then wrapped a bottle up in it. So that would be fun to try.
You
so
could
Diane,
use different.
Then I don't want to sound silly, but then you take the saran wrap off, I assume, and let it dry. That would be a neat look.
Look at how. So I just put some blending solution, and did you see how it just reacted?
Yeah,
That's
I like
kinda
that.
Cool. And you can blow it around because it's still wet, if you wanted.
I like that. I like purple.
Yeah.
And Candace says wedding reception decorations would be fun to do that with and very economical.
Okay, so I don't have the rose gold is new, but I don't have a mixative of the rose gold. So I'm going to show you the alloyed and the mixative, which I have both.
So
of.
we're gonna learn the difference
Yes.
between alloy and mixative.
So
And
I'll
Teresa
show
has
you my
samples.
sample, but we'll actually do it live.
Live.
So this is the mixative. So you can see how it kind of blends. This is the sterling, is what it's called, silver. And it kind of blends in with the alcohol ink. And this is one of the pearls. You can see the shine in it. And you can use the alloys or the mixatives with the regular inks as well. Maybe I should. And so this is the alloyed. So can you see the difference? The alloyed, I have to refer to my
pull it
notes.
up here and show it because they're kind of glaring a little bit.
Yeah,
So let me get a
sorry.
hold of them. Oh,
I don't know
it's
how to
fine.
hold it very well. So the alloy, you can see kind of clumps, has like veins or leafing in it, and it's thicker.
It kind of sits on top.
Yes.
Where
And then the mixative mixes in with the inks to make it metallic. So when Tim first started with the alcohol inks, he just had the alcohol inks, and then he wanted, you know, like the silvers and the golds. And so they came up with the mixatives. And then they developed the alloys. So you can use either one. It's just a very different look. It just depends on what you want. And then the pearls as well.
Is there one on this one, Teresa? Does this have?
No, that's just
ink.
That's
okay.
just ink, yeah. But I did. This has the rose gold in it, so you can see it's kind of just sitting on top there. And then this one is the mixative, so you can see how it's kind of blended in.
Yeah, it looks, I don't want to say blurry, but it's not blurry, but you can definitely tell that on this sample here that the alloy kind of is like another layer. Now there are a couple questions here.
Yeah.
I'm getting behind.
Now I'm liking this a lot.
Okay, let's see. Okay, and Bev said it's the alcohol blending solution that has the resin that you shouldn't be sniffing
Right.
or inhaling.
Yeah.
And Diane said when they did the saran wrap that they did take it off and they used multiple colors. I think that would be really neat. And Sharon said, well, what about bubble wrap? I'm sure you could do. I've seen people do things with bubble wrap before.
Yeah.
And then Lisa has a question. Can you save the felt pieces for a later time?
I do.
Well, sure. And I'd
You
say
can see I've got my little, I mean, they get kind of hard, so maybe they don't stick as well once they're, well, that seems to be okay.
So
maybe not.
Use them as long as you can.
Yeah,
and
I use them as long as I can, and then I'm like, okay, this is like a little cracker. I better throw it away.
rid of it.
Yeah. Okay, so I like that now.
I like that too. I think that turned out really
The
nice.
pearls are so pretty. They just have a shine to it.
And remember, Teresa's used these for backgrounds, but she's also die cut things from them.
We can die cut. Okay, so I'm just going to clean.
What are we going to do first? Clean?
I'm going to clean. I like to have my space clean before I start.
Oh, and okay, and then there was a question I missed about using Gamsol as a blending solution. And I don't know about that. I don't know what Gamsol is made with.
So
can you get a bottle
I'm
of
not
Gamsol?
sure either.
Ask somebody for
The
a
thing
bottle.
is that the pearl has the resin in it that's like in the
Sorry, Teresa.
blending solution. So it kind of reacts together, so I don't know if the Gamsol has a resin in it or not.
Yeah, I don't. It probably not, but I don't know.
You could try it, but that's...
Well, try it and let us know how it works. It's not going to hurt to try it.
Yeah.
Okay, the rose gold, was that a pearl alcohol? And no,
The rose gold is an alloy.
it's an alloy.
Yes. And it comes in a mixative too. I don't think I ordered
So
some.
It's a mixative or an alloy.
Yeah, we don't have it right now. We just have the alloy. So I'm going to show you that. Okay,
here's the Gamsol, and I doubt it. It says it's a mineral spirits type thing. So, although it is combustible and harmful if you swallow it.
Now, Tim in his video did talk about using regular alcohol, you know, like that you buy at the hardware or the pharmacy. And you can, but it gives you a much different look. It gets really chunky and it's just a different look.
So you give it,
You can try it.
Give it a try and see if you like it.
If you have it at home, but I have always used the blending solution, and I really like how it reacts to that.
And we have the blending solution in the small bottles, and we have the larger bottles
I didn't
coming.
bring a larger bottle.
Are
we out of the large bottle?
We'll have to go see.
Know.
Okay, so I'm sorry, what did you put on
So
there?
this
Blending
is,
solution?
I just put some blending solution, and then I put some of the Divine, which is the blue, and I'm going to do the mixative first. And that's going to be the one that...
This is so neat because I've never done it with the blower. I've always just done it with the applicator.
Yeah. And you can do the same thing. You know how we do put your inks on your mat and swipe it through? I should do that too. I need some more color in there.
And Sharon says butterflies would be great. And
Oh, yeah.
they would be really nice. I like that. And Letha says be careful about mixing chemicals, and that's probably a good point. The Gamsol is not made for alcohol.
You want it to be well ventilated.
We should say that like they do with the superhero movies. Do not try this at home.
Yeah. I don't like the idea of the straw, but I think you have to have the right tools for the right.
I think they were doing the
me.
straw before the blower came out.
Yeah, yeah. See how it just mixes in? Oh, there.
Now, when I was, I don't know if we took a class with Tim or something.
This.
Yeah, that looks really neat. If we're using the applicator, we just put a drop of our color and then a drop of the mixative and probably the blending solution, and then just applied it like Teresa did before. Or do both.
And you can always go back
and they're suggesting, Lisa suggested flowers die cut from this would be beautiful, and Elena has seen plastic eggs decorated.
Ooh, for Easter. Oh, this would be pretty for Easter eggs. So that's kind of the mixative. Now I'm going to show you the alloys, and I'm going to use the same colors. So we can compare. Okay.
Michelle says it looks like a geode.
There's the mixative, so I want to get rid of the mixative. Put that aside. I wonder if I need to give these a little shakety shake, Tim says. To get
a shakety shake?
Mm-hmm, that's what he says. You want to give the mixatives and the alloy shakes before you use them too, so you hear the ball moving, and then that means it's good.
Okay, while you're shaking, here's another idea. Julie did it she cut them out of beer cans. So she die cut leaves, fall leaves out of beer cans.
Yep.
And then I have seen some really pretty fall leaves.
Yep.
With the alcohol ink.
Definitely. I got a lot there. I'm gonna add a little purple. Now I'm just going to get this going, and then I'm going to add a little bit of that. Oh, I like that. The alloy. And you're going to see how this is much different. How it just is going right over the top.
Yeah, it does go over the top instead of mixing like the other one did.
Ooh, I got a lot. But I like a lot.
That's a lot of alloy.
It is.
Teresa. Okay, and then we have a question. So what did you put on first? Was that the blending solution?
I put the blending solution down so I can move the pearl around.
So blending solution, inks, and then alloy or mixative.
And you want it to dry. I want it to dry before I pick it up a little bit.
Yeah. That's the good thing about alcohol ink. It does dry pretty quick.
So there you can really see the mixative, how it mixed in with that purple especially. And then here you can see how it's just kind of on top, like there, on top of the blue and the purple. It's not as chunky. There's more chunky piece right there. That's not going to mix in with the color. It's just going to kind of sit on top. And sometimes I like to add it on top. See, that's why I wear an apron.
Oh, yeah, that did some
I just dropped the bottle. It splattered towards me. And there, it's just right on top. I like it.
So mixative kind of blends in and mixes.
Yes.
And the alloys kind of keep separate, and they are on.
It's like veiny,
top.
clumpy, leafy. Leafy is kind of what I describe it as.
So Lisa
more
wants
leafy.
to know the blending solution. Does it work on all the alloy, alcohol, and mixatives? Does the blending solution blend everything, or just the alcohol ink?
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
You really want to use it. Yeah, you really want to use it with the pearl. The other thing I wanted to say, you can use. Tim showed a swatch of if you don't have slick paper, you could, like if you want to do alcohol inks in a Bible or a journal or something, you can put like gesso down or paint, because those are going to be slick surfaces. So you can use alcohol ink on top of paint. Oh, I've never done that. I should try that.
I see the light bulb just came on.
Yeah. So, you know, you really have to think about, like, what are your slick surfaces? You know, I'm just sitting here going, oh, this is a, you know, you can, acetate is another thing that you could use, slick surface. Right. So, you know, you can try it on top of that as well. So, how are we doing? Do we have other questions?
I think that's the questions that I caught anyway. Look at all this fun backgrounds or die cutting. Teresa did die cut a couple things here, so it makes great backgrounds. And then you can also, I love the cactus. I think those are so cute.
I was going to show the other thing that you can just put it on the, I'm going to put a little bit of blending solution down there. Maybe
we have a whole section online for alcohol inks. So, and I believe it's under inks. I think it got moved so that it was under the appropriate category.
I'm just going to use, this is one that we have on order. It's called Enchanted, and it's a pearl too, just because of the Easter comment that someone made.
Enchanted, and then what was the purple color again?
The purple is the opulent. You know, so you can do the same thing that you do with distress inks.
So you put down blending solution.
Yep, I put down blending solution.
Spots.
Yes, I just put some
drops. Couldn't
drops.
think of the name. Dots, spots, drops. Oh, those colors are amazing together, Teresa.
And you know what? If I put a little more blending solution, it'll probably pick it up. I really like that. It's just going to react.
Kind of lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah. And if you put some blending solution on there, it's just going to react. And you can, like I said, you can use a paintbrush and like splatter your blending solution, or you can use a little mister.
Yeah, or the splatter brush.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you can use a splatter brush. And you can use the same, there's an alcohol ink splatter brush, it's the same as the regular one. So if you already have a splatter brush, then you can use it. Just
don't buy a new one.
Yeah, and I've done that before too, where you just take it and put some blending solution and then just use your finger. I think that's
Teresa,
dry.
Sharon's, wait, we got a couple things. Sharon's, she loves the idea of die cutting with it. Whoops. Hang on, I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong thing. She recently used one as a background for behind a cover plate die and liked it a lot. Oh yeah. So what she's talking about was you could do an alcohol ink background like one of these, and then maybe you cut out, what's a good cover plate? Like this plaid.
Well,
if you
the
cut
plaid
that
is
out maybe in black or white, and then put it on top of this, and it's beautiful. It's very beautiful. Thank you for sharing that idea, Sharon. I think that would be amazing. How do you clean your brush afterwards, Teresa?
I would probably just put a little bit of alcohol, hand
sanitizer.
sanitizer on it. You could also use blending solution, but it's kind of a waste, I think. Look at the rose gold. Ooh, I like that.
She's doing something, and I was
put
reading
some,
minutes.
That's okay. I put some rose gold and a little blending solution on there and just squirted it around.
Now, is that rose gold the mixative?
That is the alloy.
Or the alloy, okay.
You can see because it's chunky. It's not blending in. It's kind of laying on top.
Okay, and then there was a question about cleaning your mat, your glass mat.
Mm-hmm.
So Teresa's just cleaning it with the hand sanitizer.
Yep, I just put the hand sanitizer
and then
on there.
Do you clean it again later with soap or anything, or just leave it like that?
I just use glass cleaner.
Okay.
It takes most
so
of it
even
off.
after it dries, the hand sanitizer cleans it.
Yeah.
It basically reactivates.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, and then they're asked how you splatter again. Do you want to just explain the splattering one more time?
So you can take like a paintbrush. Let's see,
As long as you tap it the correct way. I was splattering paint and tapping it the wrong way, and I had a very nice splattered computer screen and keyboard.
So you know, with a splatter brush, if you put your blending solution on there, then you can just pull it back and splat like you would. But you know, you can tap like that. What's the wrong way?
Like that. I was tapping my brush on my finger and it wasn't going on my paper.
Yeah, you can just tap like that. So put your blending solution. You can put it on your mat and get a little on and then do that. Or you could spray with the little spray bottle. You could put your blending solution in your spray bottle and spray it.
Okay, and Lisa, the mixative does blend in, like on this example here. It kind of blended in with the blue. The alloy sits on top, so you see the alloy a little bit more than you do the mixative. They're both fun to use. And
Yeah.
both, if you have one and not the other, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's just a different, you're really only going to notice, I mean, when they're side by side. It just adds a little bit of silver or gold or,
Yeah, a little metallic.
you know, a little metallic. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Both are very pretty. I like them both. I don't know if it's a personal preference. There's no one is not better than the other. He just developed the mixatives first because there wasn't the technology for the alloy.
Tim's got a lot of chemistry friends at Ranger that help him get what he wants. Okay, so if you're just joining us, Teresa's using the Yupo paper from Ranger, the Tim Holtz Yupo paper, and that paper is non-porous. So it's very smooth and shiny, so the alcohol ink
very
doesn't
slick.
soak through.
And you can use it on either side. So if I decided that I didn't like this, then I would just flip it over and start over on this because it doesn't soak through. This is just something that seeped. See, it seeped around the edge of it. It doesn't soak through the paper.
Okay, and here's a question we might have to try. Can you draw with a Sharpie or Copics on the Yupo paper after the alcohol ink dries? I'm thinking maybe not, but what do you think, Teresa? Because it's alcohol. Do you want to grab a Sharpie?
Yeah, I probably have one in my pocket.
The Sharpies and Copics are alcohol based, so I'm wondering if they'll reactivate the ink. But we are going to try it.
I'm going to try it on this one. This is my least favorite.
She's going to try it on her least favorite. Well, it appears to be doing okay. It dries, so evidently you can. So the Sharpie doesn't appear to be a problem. Looks like you can, and you could probably stamp with a permanent.
Yeah, you can
pad.
use the.
What did you use? Was it?
I don't know if I stamped anything.
This one?
Oh,
Is that
you
jet
can use.
black, archival?
Yeah, you can use archival ink to stamp on it.
So we don't know about the Copics for sure, but the Sharpie works. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe the Copics would work too.
It just really,
And then they're asked. Cheryl wants to know if it's permanent on glass.
I think so, unless you.
I mean,
You can use your blending solution on it.
It'll come off with
So-
blending solution or probably hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
But as far as water, I don't know that I would put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
But if you're just doing vases and things, it
Yeah.
should be fine.
I mean, you can see if I start doing this, it reactivates, and it gets, it starts moving around.
So I
But
would
once it's-
say it's permanent when it dries.
Right.
But again, it's not going to be like
It's permanent on the
factory baked on type
right.
glass.
It's permanent on the paper. So yeah.
Oh, here's what Wendy Jean was thinking of doing. She was thinking about the Sharpie to outline the splotches after it dries to make cool patterns.
Oh.
You could do that.
That would be
maybe
cool.
Zentangle or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, depending on your patterns. That would be really neat. Wendy Jean, if you do that, you need to post a picture in the comments because we'd love to see it. Teresa's finishing her. She's finishing off her bottle. Ooh,
It wasn't dry.
Messy hands. Messy
That's
hands. All right.
Oh,
well,
did we want to go and show the display of
let's
all the
show what
colors
we
that we have?
for alcohol ink?
My hands are all messy.
Ink cap dedicated to the alcohol inks.
So these are all the new pearls. So we can, you can get them individually. What was the red called? Did we ever? I can't even read it.
Intense.
Intense.
The
Yeah.
colors
So
on
these
here,
are cools and warms, he
they're,
says.
They're very vibrant.
Yeah.
And on the bottles, they look really dark, but as you could see from Teresa's
Yeah.
demos, it's a bright color.
Yeah, the yellow is really bright. I was surprised by
It looks more like fossilized amber right there, but
it's
super
not.
bright.
It's bright. So I'm assuming these two are as well. I don't have those. Then we've got lots of blending solution, and we've got the lift. And then you can see we've got mixatives and alloys here. And then we do other colors of alcohol pearl. Oh, and I wanted to say that Smolder, if you guys like the mushroom, so the mushroom color that is like the go-to, the brown that everyone goes to.
Mushroom, yeah, that's the color Paula Cheney discovered that makes things look old.
Yeah, that Kelly likes on her her masking tape. So Tim said that Smolder is the mushroom of the pearls.
Oh, that's
So if you want an old-looking pearl, then Smolder is the color that you want. So these are the other colors. We're going to have that pink coming. And then these are all the regular colors, and I just love...
I love those greens and blues.
All the colors, yes, that we have.
And we do have that tape, that transparent tape, if
transparent
you'd like
tape
it for your alcohol inks.
And then you can see, we also do have the square. If you guys have that square applicator, I know I have some of those at home.
I use mine.
We have the square felt as well. Here's that blending pen. So what you can do is you can add blending solution into the pen and then use that on your alcohol ink to like draw designs and things in it. Yeah, I have never used that.
There's the brushes that Teresa
the brushes
showed.
we showed. And here's the paper. So this is the translucent, like the
they look. It's like vellum.
the sheer,
It looks like vellum. And then the
and
white.
then the white, and then there is a shimmery one, a silver sparkle paper.
And that is beautiful.
Yeah.
I saw when Tim released that, we were at market and we saw lots of samples.
And you don't really need to use the pearl on this. You would want to just use regular alcohol ink because the pearl's shiny and the paper's shiny. It's not going to make it double shiny.
It looks glittery when you put it on. It looks like glitter.
So there's some foil tape sheets that you can get, and then we've got the bigger sheets and
Bigger
Yupo. And then we do have some alcohol ink, some hardcore. So it's shiny on there. So if you want to do a little something artistic, that would be fun.
A little decorative, and even ink it up and then maybe do some stamping or drawing or something.
Or die cuts on there, yeah.
Teresa,
that would be cool.
Cindy wants to know if you can use the alcohol inks on vellum.
Yes.
Yep. And there's the other panels. And this should all be online under the alcohol ink section. And Teresa, they also want to know how you're going to clean your hands, what you're going to clean your hands with.
I'll probably use hand sanitizer.
And you'll have very sanitized hands also.
Yes.
No germs or
just to get it off, just to get this main part
it'll
off.
come off just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see if there's... this is a sample of the alcohol ink on different
metallic papers.
So I thought that would be kind of neat to show. And Debbie says you wouldn't want to use Scotch tape in your scrapbook albums, and it probably is not.
No, that would be for
acid-free.
cards.
It'd be maybe for cards, or if you choose, if you don't care, if you want to use it in a journal, that's kind of a personal choice too. And Marianne wants to make sure you don't forget your rings.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Marianne.
You guys are so nice. You guys are
My
so
husband
nice.
thanks you.
Yeah. Go get it right now, Teresa.
Okay.
There's one big announcement for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Teresa, do you want to tell about tomorrow?
Tomorrow's 2/2/2/2/2. I don't know. Did I say too many?
It's 2/22/2022.
Yes. So 22% off 2 items tomorrow. So
tomorrow's 22% off 2 items to celebrate Tuesday.
Oh, and it's Tuesday. Yes.
So it's extra special.
We love a good pun.
So that's our sale tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll send out an email about it, and we'll post it here on Facebook as a reminder. If you order online, our system does not have the ability to automatically take off the discount, unfortunately, and we're sorry about that. But no worries, because we will take off 22% off your top two
items.
Priced items.
Yep.
And we'll credit your credit card back for that. So if you're ordering online, and that all starts at midnight tonight.
Ooh.
Or midnight tomorrow, kind of.
Yes.
Midnight tonight, midnight tomorrow, whatever. And it's for tomorrow. So everybody have a happy President's Day. Teresa, happy anniversary.
Yeah.
We're so lucky that 8 years. Wow, time flies.
I know it
doesn't
does.
It flies. So we're glad. We're super happy about that. And everyone have a crafty day. Thanks for joining us and sticking with us through the morning with the alcohol ink. And we hope to see you soon. And enjoy crafting. Give it a try. Bye.